Oh, hey. Just caught me reading my Sunday New York Times. It's better to read it in the paper form than the internet. So, it's Sunday, reading the New York Times and ready for another one of these videos.
Yes. Okay. So today we're gonna go back to a classic musical. Do you need your water?
Yeah. My Wegmans Turvis tumbler.
I had a feeling you were gonna product place that. Okay. So today we are going to be discussing. This is a special musical because I've worked on it and you've been in it, but not at the same time.
Oh.
We're talking about Guys and Dolls.
Guys and Dolls. Oh, no.
Which this will be awkward if you don't remember it because you will have watched the version I did and choreographed with Kate and Ethan.
That's true. So, here's the deal with Guys and Dolls. I was in it, junior year of high school, Maryvale High School, Ann Mosner,
Go Flyers.
Ken O'Brien, director, Don Conklin.
No one cares about those details.
Yes, they do. It was one of the best productions of Guys and Dolls of all time.
I'm sure.
I also saw a production of it at Alexander High School. I think I've seen the movie version maybe once. So it's a show that's very near and dear to my heart. Here's how it goes. You got some gamblers, and they're gambling all over town. They're being bad. And then there's this woman named Sarah, and she runs the Save a Soul mission, and she wants the people to stop gambling. There's two main gamblers, Sky Masterson and Adelaide's boyfriend.
Wow.
And they basically you've got Sky Masterson who falls in love with the Save a Soul nun lady. She's not a nun.
You just said her name and you forgot it already.
Sarah.
Yeah.
Right? And then you've got the other one. Played by Frank Tierney, I think, in the Maryvale version. And he is a longtime engaged to Adelaide, played by Kelly Fox in the Maryvale version. And there's a whole, she wants him to commit, but he won't commit. He's running around town. Oh, Nathan Detroit.
There we go.
Nathan Detroit is running a gambling ring, and he likes to roll the craps and everything else.
I was just going to ask what game they
play.
play.
They shoot the dice. They roll the craps. You want to avoid the snake eyes. And, what else? So, they're gambling. Sky doesn't have a girlfriend. He ends up falling for Sarah. He takes her to Havana. It's a fun scene, but also it's sort of like he just gets her drunk. So today a little iffy. What kind of milk is this? It's called Bacardi. I think it'd be a wonderful way to get children to drink milk. Oh. Then she's sauced. Then she sings one of the all-time great songs in musical theater, If I Were a Bell. I still swoon when I hear that song. Then the crap game is going on. People can't believe that Sky's fallen in love with this, prim and proper lady. Then the cops come after Nathan for the gambling ring. And they're like, hey, we're going to get you. And you got to make yourself right by getting to the mission tonight. I think. Or maybe maybe the mission's going to close down. And somebody makes a promise and says, we're going to get your mission full tonight. And sure enough, all the gamblers come in, and they are ready to, some of them are a little begrudging. And then Nicely Johnson sings the big show-stopping, rip the seats out of the auditorium number, sit down, you're rocking the boat.
Rip the seats out of the auditorium.
That's an old Ann Mosner quote. She'll appreciate it. And they sing, sit down, you're rocking the boat. And they're like, oh, look, we're saved. We ain't drinking no more. And everybody gets married, much like in Pirates of Penzance. And it's a happy ending. If you see a guy reach for stars in the sky, you can bet that he's doing it for some doll.
That's pretty good.
Also, Bret Michael, in his role of Sky Masterson, had a nice little play on the words when he sang, a lady doesn't wander all over the room and blow on some other guy's dice. You want to hold that little pause there? Adds a little ha-ha to it.
That was Bret Michael from Maryvale, not Bret Michaels, the singer of Poison.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, that's a good distinction.
Absolutely.
An important distinction.
So it was a fun show. I wore a yellow sport coat in it.
Who did you play?
I was Harry the horse, and it was a fun time. You know, it was a good show, and it's amazing that they have not revived this show since 1992 or 3 with Nathan Lane and Matthew Broderick. Why?
Do you know who else was in that revival?
Those are the only 2 major people who were in it.
Everyone else sucks, is what he's saying.
No, I don't know. Who was it? Yeah, you don't remember either.
Shush. No, Faith.
Don't bother me. I'm Kermit drinking a Lipton tea.
Faith Prince was Adelaide.
How could I forget?
Excuse you.
And who else?
I can't remember because you got me
once again, third time, she can't remember something that.
Well,
she
you thought the women weren't important.
That's not what I was saying.
That's definitely what you're saying. I'm gonna cut before you can defend yourself.
You're so look at this. See, unfair editing practices. Here's where we're at with songs. You open up with Runyon Land, a song about horses. You've got Guys and Dolls. You've got Sit Down, You're Rockin' the Boat. You've got If I Were a Bell. You've got that song that, More That I Cannot Wish You. You could cut that. Not the best song in the show.
Who sings it?
Sister Abernathy. The lady or man who... Well, in the Maryvale production, it was a woman. We were doing gender blind casting before it was cool, back in 2003.
Or is it because you did not have enough men to fill the parts? It's okay. We did it at Alexander, too. It's fine.
Sit Down, You're Rockin' the Boat, If I Were a Bell, A Poison Can Develop a Cold.
What is that called?
Adelaide's Lament.
Ooh, there you go.
I was all in on this show, let me tell you.
It seems like it. I mean, your plot...
I don't think I got one thing wrong about this show.
Well, your initial plot summary...
The whole premise.
Your initial plot summary where the police made them get right, that was a little...
They ended up at the mission somehow, okay? There's also a guy named Big Julie, played by Andy Kraisman. This is becoming like Maryvale memories.
You better...
More than it is,
Yeah, that's review. On you. That's not on me.
Best line from the show. There's a right broad.
I thought that was a good ending. I'm sorry.
So in conclusion, Guys and Dolls, one of the all-time... I think probably my favorite show I've reviewed in this quarantine thus far. Hey, people at the Schubert Theater Organization, people at the Jujaman Theater, people, maybe the Mervishes up in Toronto are listening. Revive Guys and Dolls. It'll be a hit. Check it out.